Benny always felt nervous talking to new people. At recess, he sat alone, watching the other kids play, wishing he had a friend. One day, Benny wandered into a small shop filled with colorful balloons. Whitaker, the kind shopkeeper, smiled and handed him a red balloon. "This one is special," he said. As soon as Benny stepped outside, the balloon blinked its big eyes and spoke. "Hi, Benny. I'm Brave Little Balloon. Let's find you a friend." Benny gasped. "You can talk," he whispered. "Of course," the balloon chuckled. "And I believe in you. See that girl over there?" The balloon pointed to Emma. "Go say hi." Benny hesitated. "What if she laughs at me?" The balloon floated forward. "Just one word, Benny. Hi is all it takes." Benny took a deep breath and walked up to Emma. His heart pounded, but he whispered, "Hi." Emma turned, smiling.
Ben.
"Want to see my drawing?" Benny's face lit up. "Yes, please." Emma handed Benny a colored pencil. "You can help me color it." Benny hesitated, then started coloring. "You're really good at this," Emma said, making Benny smile. The brave little balloon floated beside Benny.
"See?
That wasn't so bad." Benny nodded, feeling a little braver. Emma giggled. "Want to play on the swings?" Benny hesitated, then glanced at the balloon. It gave him a reassuring nod. Benny climbed onto the swing, nervous at first, but with each push, he felt lighter, laughing alongside Emma. The balloon suggested, "Try the slide next." Benny gulped but took a deep breath. As he slid down, he couldn't stop laughing. That was fun. Emma invited Benny to join a game of tag. With the balloon cheering him on, he ran and played, forgetting his worries. When another kid pushed in front of him in line, Benny took a deep breath. "Hey, I was here first," he said. The kid stepped back.
"Oh, sorry."
Benny blinked in surprise. He had spoken up. During lunch, Emma asked, "Why were you so quiet before?" Benny hesitated, then opened up about his fears. Emma listened, nodding. "I was shy once too." The balloon whispered, "See? Talking about your feelings helps." Benny smiled. "Thanks, brave little balloon." Benny noticed another shy kid sitting alone. He took a deep breath and waved. "Hi, want to play with us?" Soon, Benny, Emma, and their new friend were playing together. The balloon floated happily above them. Emma handed Benny a friendship bracelet. "Now you'll always remember today." Benny beamed. "Thanks, Emma." The brave little balloon smiled. "You don't need me anymore, Benny. You believe in yourself now." Benny felt a twinge of sadness, but nodded. The balloon floated higher. "Remember, courage comes from within." Then, with a final wink, it disappeared into the sky. The next day, Benny walked into school with a smile, waving to his new friends. He didn't feel so nervous anymore. As Benny played happily, he looked up at the sky. "Thank you, brave little balloon." And with that, his new adventure began.
Ella discovers a magical library in the heart of her small town. The library is not just any ordinary library, but a place filled with whispers of ancient knowledge and secrets waiting to be unraveled. Ella stumbles upon the library by accident, drawn in by its mysterious aura and the soft sound of whispers that seem to beckon her inside. As Ella steps through the library's doors, she is transported to a world unlike any other she has ever experienced. The shelves are lined with books that seem to glow with an otherworldly light, and the air is filled with the scent of old parchment and magic. The whispers that had lured her in now surround her, guiding her to hidden corners and forgotten alcoves where the most powerful secrets are kept. As Ella explores the library, she learns that each book holds the key to unlocking a different aspect of the world's hidden knowledge. From ancient spells and lost languages to forgotten histories and mythical creatures, the library is a treasure trove of information that could change the course of her life forever. But as Ella dives deeper into the library's secrets, she discovers that there are dark forces at play as well. A group of shadowy figures lurk in the shadows, determined to keep the library's knowledge hidden from the world. Ella must use all of her wit and courage to outsmart these mysterious adversaries and protect the library and its secrets from falling into the wrong hands. With the help of a group of loyal friends she meets along the way, Ella embarks on a journey through the library's maze-like corridors and hidden chambers, unraveling the mysteries of the ancient texts and unlocking their power. Each new discovery brings her closer to uncovering the truth about the library's origins and the role it plays in the world's delicate balance of magic and reality. But as Ella delves deeper into the library's secrets, she begins to question her own motives and the consequences of wielding such powerful knowledge. Is she truly ready to take on the responsibility of protecting the library and its secrets, or will the temptations of ultimate power prove too much for her to resist? As Ella grapples with these moral dilemmas, she must also contend with the growing threat posed by the shadowy figures who seek to control the library for their own nefarious purposes. With the help of her friends and allies, Ella must race against time to uncover the truth behind the library's whispers and unlock its full potential before it falls into the wrong hands. In the end, Ella must make a choice that will determine the fate of the library and all who inhabit it. Will she choose to protect its secrets and preserve the delicate balance of magic in the world, or will she succumb to the lure of ultimate power and risk destroying everything she holds dear?
Grandpa's Magic Key is a story about Timmy, a curious 10-year-old boy who discovers an old key in his grandfather's attic. This key unlocks doors to different times and places, leading Timmy on an exciting adventure. Timmy arrives at his grandfather's house, excited for their weekend together. With nothing to do, Timmy explores the attic, searching for old toys and trunks. Timmy discovers an old mysterious key hidden among the treasures. Timmy shows the key to his grandfather, who looks surprised and nostalgic. Grandpa begins to tell Timmy the story of the key and its magical powers. Timmy uses the key to unlock a door in the attic, revealing a new world. Timmy finds himself in ancient Egypt, surrounded by pyramids and pharaohs. Timmy meets a young pharaoh who shows him around the ancient city. Timmy returns to the attic, eager to share his adventure with Grandpa. Timmy unlocks another door, leading him to the Wild West. Timmy arrives in a cowboy town, complete with saloons and horseback riding. Timmy befriends a cowboy who teaches him how to ride a horse. Timmy returns to the attic, now more curious about the key's powers. Timmy unlocks a door leading him to the moon landing. Timmy meets Neil Armstrong and watches as he takes his first steps on the moon. Timmy returns to the attic, reflecting on his incredible adventures. Grandpa reveals that he too had used the key in his youth. Grandpa explains that the key has been passed down through generations. Grandpa entrusts Timmy with the key, making him promise to use it wisely. Timmy promises to use the key for good and to always remember his adventures. Timmy returns to his normal life, but now with a newfound appreciation for history. Timmy shares his incredible adventures with his friends at school. Timmy's friends are inspired by his stories, and they begin to explore history themselves. Grandpa smiles, knowing that the key's magic will live on through Timmy. Timmy is ready for his next adventure, holding the key tight.
Lila on the Moonlight Market. Lila stumbles upon a magical night market that opens only under the full moon. She meets fantastical creatures and learns about the importance of making wise choices. Lila and the Moonlight Market is a captivating tale of a young girl named Lila who stumbles upon a magical marketplace hidden within her town. As she ventures into this mysterious world, she discovers a world full of wonders, magic, and enchantment. The market is unlike anything Lila has ever seen before, with stalls selling everything from glowing crystals to potions that promise to grant wishes. The air is filled with the scent of exotic herbs and spices, and the soft glow of lanterns illuminates the narrow alleys and twisting paths. Lila is immediately drawn to a stall selling shimmering silver trinkets, and she is entranced by the beautiful jewelry on display. The stall owner, an elderly woman with twinkling eyes and a knowing smile, offers Lila a necklace that she claims will bring her good luck and protect her from harm. As Lila explores further, she discovers a fortune teller who predicts her future and a potion maker who brews elixirs that promise to heal any ailment. With each encounter, Lila becomes more and more enchanted by the Moonlight Market and the magical beings that inhabit it. However, as the night draws to a close and the market begins to fade into the shadows, Lila realizes that she must return to the real world. As she walks away, clutching her new necklace and memories of her magical adventure, she knows that she will never forget her time in the Moonlight Market. In conclusion, Layla and the Moonlight Market is a whimsical and enchanting story of a young girl's journey into a world of magic and wonder. It reminds us that sometimes the most extraordinary adventures can be found in the most unexpected of places.
Oliver sits on his backyard swing, kicking the dirt absent-mindedly. The sun is setting, casting golden light over the garden. He sighs, watching the leaves rustle in the breeze. He feels lonely. His best friend Leo is busy today, and there's no one to play with. Oliver notices something unusual in the dirt, tiny paw prints appearing one by one, as if an invisible creature is walking around. He leans forward, eyes wide with curiosity. The bush next to him shakes slightly, but there's no wind. A faint shimmer hovers near the ground, moving playfully before disappearing. Oliver's heart races. A soft white feather drifts up from the ground, twirling in the air as if caught in an unseen paw. Oliver gasps and reaches out, but the feather gently floats out of his grasp. Oliver giggles in delight at the strange sight. Suddenly, a faint silvery glow appears before him, shaping into a fluffy cat. The cat's big blue eyes sparkle as it tilts its head. The glow solidifies, and for the first time, Oliver sees the cat fully, fluffy, silver white, and slightly chubby. Its tail flicks as it watches him with amusement. Oliver, overjoyed, chases Whiskers around the backyard. Whiskers leaps gracefully, leaving shimmering trails behind. For the first time all day, Oliver feels truly happy. As soon as Oliver pauses to catch his breath, Whiskers slowly fades away, becoming invisible once more. Confused, Oliver looks around. The cat is gone, but paw prints remain. Oliver remembers how Whiskers only appeared when he was laughing. He tries smiling, then giggling, nothing happens. He frowns, thinking hard. Inside the house, Oliver's mom notices his puzzled face and gives him a warm hug. Instantly, he feels safe and loved. Outside the window, a faint shimmer reappears in the garden. The next day, Leo comes over. Oliver excitedly tells him about Whiskers, but Leo is skeptical. Oliver tries to make himself happy, but Whiskers doesn't appear. Oliver and Leo start playing tag, laughing as they run around. As Oliver's joy builds, a soft glow emerges near the tree. Leo gasps as he sees the faint outline of Whiskers. Leo rubs his eyes, unsure if he imagined it. Whiskers fades away again. Oliver realizes Whiskers only appears when happiness is pure and unforced. Oliver decides to test his theory. He writes in his notebook, "Whiskers appears when I'm truly happy." He smiles at his realization. Later, Oliver watches a butterfly land on a flower. The simple beauty fills him with joy, and Whiskers appears beside him, purring. The next day is gloomy and rainy. Oliver sits by the window, feeling bored. No chimer, no po prince. He realizes happiness can't be forced. Oliver remembers something his dad said, "Happiness is in the little things." He watches raindrops race down the glass, imagining them as tiny runners. He smiles, and for a brief moment, a faint silver glow appears behind him. Oliver flips through his notebook and finds a drawing of him and Leo playing. Remembering that fun day fills him with joy, and Whiskers reappears, nuzzling his arm. Oliver realizes happiness grows when shared. He decides to do something kind for his mom and leaves a surprise drawing for her. Seeing her delighted smile makes him truly happy. That evening, as Oliver plays with Leo, Whiskers appears fully, his glow stronger than ever. Even Leo sees him clearly this time. Whiskers twirls in the air, leaving a sparkling trail, then lands gracefully on Oliver's shoulder, purring. Oliver giggles, feeling completely content. Oliver writes in his notebook, "Happiness isn't about looking for magic, it's about feeling it in everyday moments." Oliver pets Whiskers, making a silent promise to always appreciate the little joys in life. Whiskers purrs in approval. That night, Oliver snuggles under his blanket, feeling warm and happy. He hears the soft sound of purring and smiles as he drifts off to sleep. Outside, in the night sky, a faint silvery shimmer glows among the stars. Whiskers is always watching, waiting for the next joyful moment.
Max and the Mischievous Shadows is a whimsical tale about a young boy named Max who finds himself in quite the predicament when his shadow decides to run away. The story begins with Max waking up one sunny morning to find that his shadow is missing. Distraught, Max frantically searches his room and the surrounding area, but his shadow is nowhere to be found. Eventually, Max spots a trail of shadowy footprints leading out the window and into the world beyond. Max follows the trail of footprints, determined to find his mischievous shadow. Along the way, he encounters a variety of obstacles and challenges, from misbehaving shadows causing chaos in the town to shadows playing pranks on unsuspecting bystanders. Despite the chaos and confusion, Max remains determined to track down his wayward shadow and bring it back home where it belongs. As Max continues his search, He soon discovers that his shadow has joined forces with a group of rebellious shadows who are causing mischief and mayhem wherever they go. Max is torn between his desire to reunite with his shadow and his growing frustration with its troublesome antics. However, as he spends more time with the mischievous shadows, he begins to understand that they are not inherently bad, but simply misunderstood beings seeking their own sense of adventure and freedom. In the end, Max confronts his shadow and persuades it to return home with him. Through their shared experiences and newfound understanding, Max and his shadow come to appreciate each other in a deeper and more meaningful way. The story ends with Max and his shadow embarking on new adventures together, with a newfound sense of camaraderie and mutual respect for each other. Max and the Mischievous Shadows is a heartwarming tale about friendship, forgiveness, and the power of compassion. It reminds us that everyone deserves a chance to be understood and accepted, even mischievous shadows seeking their own path in the world. Through Max's journey, we learn that sometimes, it takes a little understanding and empathy to bridge the gap between differences and forge lasting bonds of friendship.
In a quiet little village, there lived a girl named Pip. She was small but full of wonder, always searching for something magical. One morning, Pip heard a voice calling for help. She ran towards the sound, eager to see what adventure awaited. Pip finds Tiny trapped under a fallen log and helps lift it off him. Tiny, thank you. I thought I'd be stuck forever. Pip, you're a giant? But you're so tiny. Tiny looks down, sighing. Tiny said, I don't fit in anywhere. I'm too big for small folk, too small for giants. Pip smiles and offers Tiny half of her sandwich. Pip said, well, I think you're just the right size for a friend. Pip and Tiny visit Grandmother Wren in her cozy cottage filled with books and glowing lanterns. Grandmother Wren said, Tiny, I have heard of your kind. You must find the great gathering of giants. With hope in their hearts, Pip and Tiny set off through the forest, sunlight filtering through the trees. Dark clouds gather, and rain begins to pour. Pip and Tiny take shelter under a giant mushroom. Glowing-eyed creatures emerge from the darkness, circling them. Tiny said, stay close, Pip. He raises his glowing staff, scaring them away. Tiny looks unsure as they continue. Tiny said, what if the giants don't want me? Pip, then we'll find a place where you belong. The towering tall giants look down at Tiny and laugh. Tall Giant said, you are no giant. You are too small. Tiny notices a boulder blocking a water stream and has an idea. With Pip's help, Tiny uses leverage and his glowing staff to move the boulder. Tall Giant said, perhaps size is not what makes a giant. The giants invite Tiny to stay and learn their ways. Pip returns home, excited to tell the village. Villager said, a giant? We must be careful. Tiny arrives, cautiously smiling. Tiny helps fix the village's broken windmill, earning their trust. The village and giants share a great feast together. Pip said, I'll miss you, Tiny. Tiny said, we'll always be friends. Pip reflects on how being different is a gift. Pip watches Tiny disappear into the forest, smiling. Stars twinkle above as Pip whispers, everyone belongs somewhere.
Rory finds an old pocket watch in his grandfather's attic and discovers that it has the ability to transport him through time. At first, Rory is hesitant to believe that such a thing is possible, but after a few experiments, he realizes that the watch is indeed a powerful and mysterious object. Excited by the prospect of seeing history unfold before his very eyes, Rory decides to embark on a series of time-traveling adventures. As Rory uses the pocket watch to visit different eras, he gains a newfound appreciation for the past. He witnesses important historical events, meets legendary figures, and gains a deeper understanding of how the world has evolved over time. Each journey offers Rory a unique perspective and teaches him valuable lessons about the importance of the past in shaping the present. However, as Rory continues to use the pocket watch, he begins to realize the consequences of meddling with the past. His interference in certain events leads to unforeseen outcomes and changes the course of history in ways he never anticipated. Rory is forced to grapple with the ethical implications of his time-traveling adventures and must find a way to balance his curiosity with the responsibility of preserving the timeline. Despite the challenges he faces, Rory's time-traveling experiences ultimately lead him to a greater understanding of himself and his place in the world. He learns valuable lessons about the interconnectedness of past, present, and future, as well as the importance of appreciating and preserving history. Through his adventures, Rory grows as a person and gains a newfound appreciation for the world around him. In the end, Rory's time-traveling pocket watch serves as a powerful tool for personal growth and enlightenment. It teaches him valuable lessons about the consequences of his actions, the importance of learning from the past, and the beauty of embracing the present moment. With newfound wisdom and a deeper understanding of the world, Rory sets out on his final journey, grateful for the experiences and knowledge he has gained along the way. One sunny day, young Sammy was walking along the beach when he stumbled upon a beautiful seashell hidden in the sand. As he picked it up and held it to his ear, he heard the most enchanting singing coming from inside. Mesmerized by the sound, Sammy knew that this seashell was something truly special. Intrigued by the singing seashell, Sammy decided to take it home with him. As he walked back to his house, the melodic singing filled the air around him, bringing a sense of joy and wonder to his heart. Sammy couldn't wait to show his family and friends this incredible discovery. When Sammy arrived home, he immediately showed the singing seashell to his family. They were amazed by the beautiful sound that emanated from the shell. Sammy's parents encouraged him to share the seashell with the rest of the community, believing that its magical singing would bring happiness to all who heard it. The next day, Sammy took the singing seashell to the town square and began to play it for the whole town to hear. As the sweet melody filled the air, people from all around came to listen and marvel at the magical seashell. The town was transformed by the sound, with laughter and joy spreading throughout the streets. As time passed, the singing seashell became a beloved treasure in the town. Sammy would play it every day, bringing happiness and harmony to all who heard its song. The seashell had a special way of touching people's hearts and souls, spreading love and peace wherever it went. In the end, Sammy and the singing seashell became a symbol of unity and joy in the town. The magical sound of the seashell reminded everyone of the beauty that could be found in the world around them, and the power of music to bring people together. Sammy's discovery had brought light and happiness to the community, and the singing seashell would forever hold a special place in their hearts. When the colors of the rainbow began to fade and disappear from the sky, there was a sense of panic within the animal kingdom. The animals relied on the rainbow to bring them hope and happiness, and without its vibrant colors, life felt dull and dreary. However, there was one small butterfly who refused to give up on the rainbow. This butterfly, with its delicate wings and determined spirit, set out on a journey to save the rainbow and restore the beauty to the world. As the butterfly fluttered from flower to flower, seeking guidance and wisdom from the natural world, it learned of a powerful potion that could bring the colors of the rainbow back to life. The potion was hidden deep within a dark and treacherous forest, guarded by fierce creatures and daunting obstacles. Undeterred by the challenges ahead, the butterfly bravely ventured into the forest, determined to retrieve the potion and save the rainbow. The journey was long and arduous, with the butterfly facing dangers at every turn. But with its unwavering belief in the power of love and hope, the butterfly persevered, overcoming each obstacle with grace and courage. Along the way, the butterfly encountered other creatures who had lost faith in the rainbow, but through its actions and determination, it inspired them to believe once again in the magic of the rainbow. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the butterfly reached the heart of the forest, where the potion lay hidden. With trembling wings, the butterfly retrieved the potion and brought it back to the sky, sprinkling its magic over the fading rainbow. And in an instant, the colors returned, brighter and more beautiful than ever before. The animal kingdom rejoiced at the sight, and the world was once again filled with joy and wonder. The butterfly who saved the rainbow became a legend, a symbol of hope and resilience for all who faced adversity. Its bravery and determination showed that even the smallest of creatures can make a difference in the world. And as long as there are beings like the butterfly who believe in the power of love and hope, the rainbow will continue to shine brightly in the sky, bringing beauty and joy to all who behold it.
Milo discovers an old, mysterious paintbrush in his grandfather's attic. Grandfather Elias tells him about the magical brushes that can paint in the sky. Excited, Milo rushes outside and begins painting fluffy white clouds. Nia joins him, amazed at his newfound ability. Milo paints a giant golden sun, and it glows warmly in the sky. He experiments by painting birds, watching them come to life and fly away. Feeling playful, he paints a dragon-shaped cloud, which roars and soars above. Grandfather Elias warns Milo about the responsibility of the brushes. Tempted to try something grand, Milo paints a dark, stormy cloud. The cloud rumbles and lightning crackles. Something is wrong. The storm cloud grows bigger, swirling ominously. The storm spirit emerges from the cloud, looking both angry and sad. It speaks in a deep, echoing voice, blaming Milo for disturbing its rest. Nia urges Milo to find a way to fix his mistake. Milo tries erasing the storm, but it resists. Grandfather Elias tells him that art must be balanced. He needs to paint harmony. Milo paints a bright rainbow, attempting to soothe the storm. The rainbow sends out warmth, calming the spirit slightly. The spirit sighs, revealing that it was lonely in the sky. Milo paints soft, friendly cloud creatures to keep it company. The storm settles, and the sky clears. The storm spirit thanks Milo and fades into a gentle breeze. Milo learns that magic is not just about power, but also responsibility. Nia sketches their adventure as the sun sets. Grandfather Elias smiles, knowing Milo is ready for more magical lessons.
Once upon a time, in the vast expanse of the sky, there was a tiny cloud who dreamed of painting the sky with vibrant colors. While all the other clouds were content with drifting lazily across the sky, this little cloud yearned for something more. It longed to create beauty and bring joy to all who gazed upon the heavens. Every day, the cloud would watch in awe as the sun painted the sky with hues of pink, orange, and purple during the sunset. It marveled at the way the colors danced across the horizon, creating a masterpiece that took its breath away. And so, the tiny cloud made a decision. It would learn to paint the sky just like the sun. Determined to make its dream a reality, the cloud sought out the wise old rainbow who lived at the edge of the sky. The rainbow was known for its brilliant colors and artistic flair, and the cloud knew that it was the perfect mentor to help it achieve its goal. With the rainbow's guidance, the cloud began to practice mixing colors and creating beautiful patterns in the sky. As the days passed, the cloud's skills improved, and soon it was able to paint the sky with dazzling displays of color. The other clouds watched in amazement as the tiny cloud transformed the sky into a canvas of beauty and wonder. The sun, impressed by the cloud's talent, began to shine even brighter, illuminating the cloud's creations for all to see. Word of the cloud's artistic abilities spread far and wide, and soon creatures from all corners of the sky came to admire its work. Birds sang songs of praise, stars twinkled in approval, and even the moon smiled down upon the tiny cloud. It had achieved its dream of painting the sky, and its heart swelled with pride and joy. Generations of clouds to come to reach for the stars and paint the sky with their own unique colors. The Forest of Forgotten Dreams is a place shrouded in mystery and enchantment, where time seems to stand still and the echoes of the past linger in the air. This ancient woodland is a sanctuary for those seeking refuge from the chaos of the outside world, a place where forgotten dreams and memories are whispered among the trees. As you wander through the forest, you can feel a deep sense of peace and tranquility wash over you. The towering trees stretch towards the sky, their branches reaching out like fingers grasping for the heavens. The dappled sunlight filters through the dense canopy above, casting a warm glow on the forest floor below. It is a place of quiet contemplation and introspection, where the hustle and bustle of everyday life fades away, and all that remains is the soothing sounds of nature. But the forest holds more than just beauty and serenity, it is also a place of deep mystery and intrigue. Legends and folklore abound in these ancient woods, tales of lost civilizations and mythical creatures that have long since faded from memory. As you explore the winding paths and hidden clearings, you can't help but feel a sense of wonder and curiosity at the secrets that lie hidden just beyond reach. The trees themselves seem to whisper to you, their leaves rustling in the gentle breeze as though trying to impart some long-forgotten wisdom. It is said that those who listen closely can hear the voices of the past reverberating through the forest, telling stories of love and loss, triumph and tragedy. The very air seems to hum with the energy of 1,000 lifetimes, each one adding to the rich tapestry of history that surrounds you. In the heart of the forest, there is a clearing where a single ancient tree stands tall and proud, its gnarled branches reaching towards the sky. Legend has it that this tree is the keeper of forgotten dreams, a repository of hopes and wishes that were abandoned long ago. Those who dare to approach the tree are said to be granted a glimpse into their deepest desires, a chance to reclaim what was lost and rediscover the magic that lies dormant within their hearts. As you stand before the tree, you can feel a sense of awe and reverence wash over you. The forest seems to hold its breath in anticipation, waiting to see what dreams will be uncovered and what mysteries will be revealed. In this moment of quiet reflection, you realize that the forest of forgotten dreams is more than just a place of beauty and tranquility, it is a gateway to the soul, a doorway to the innermost depths of the human spirit. And as you take a deep breath and reach out to touch the ancient tree, you can't help but wonder what dreams and memories lie waiting to be discovered in this mystical forest, lost to time but never truly forgotten.
Hector wakes up in his cozy little home, feeling happy and content. He stretches his tiny body and yawns, showing off his cute face. Hector notices his warm, golden glow and smiles, feeling grateful for another beautiful day. He puts on his backpack and heads outside to explore. Hector meets Luna, who's busy picking wildflowers in the meadow. As Hector and Luna play together, Hector's glow starts to fade away. He looks down and notices that his quills are no longer shiny and bright. Hector feels worried and scared, not knowing what's happening to him. Luna tries to comfort Hector, but he's too distressed to listen. Hector decides to seek help and says goodbye to Luna. Hector meets Benny, who's flying around a nearby flower patch. Benny notices Hector's distress and asks if he's okay. Hector explains his problem, and Benny offers to help him find a solution. They meet Professor Pecan, who's working in his laboratory. Professor Pecan listens to Hector's story and agrees to help him. Professor Pecan examines Hector's quills and discovers the problem. He explains that Hector's glow is connected to his heart and that he needs to find something that makes him truly happy. Benny suggests that Hector think about his favorite things. Hector remembers his love for hugs and realizes that's what's missing. Professor Pecan creates a special device that helps Hector focus on his heart. Hector uses the device and starts to feel his heart fill with happiness. His quills begin to shine again, and his warm glow returns. Hector is overjoyed and thanks his friends for their help. Luna returns, and Hector gives her a big hug, feeling grateful for their friendship. The friends celebrate Hector's newfound happiness, and the video ends with a heartwarming moment. The Lighthouse That Blinked is the story about Lily, a curious young girl who notices the lighthouse near her house blinking in a peculiar pattern. As she tries to decipher the code, she embarks on an adventure that leads her to uncover a hidden message. Lily is playing outside her house, which is located near the lighthouse. Lily is looking up at the lighthouse, noticing its blinking light. Lily runs inside to tell her mom about the peculiar blinking pattern. Lily's mom is busy baking in the kitchen but listens attentively to Lily's observation. Lily decides to investigate further and grabs her backpack with supplies. She sets out towards the lighthouse, walking along the coastal path. The lighthouse keeper is tending to the light, unaware of Lily's approach. Lily hides behind a rock, observing the lighthouse keeper at work. The lighthouse keeper notices Lily and invites her inside. Lily enters the lighthouse, fascinated by the spinning light and gears. The lighthouse keeper explains the basics of Morse code to Lily. Lily's eyes light up as she realizes the blinking light might be a secret message. The lighthouse keeper hands Lily a notebook and pencil to decipher the code. Lily sits at a table, focusing intently on writing down the blinking pattern. Close-up of Lily's hands moving quickly as she writes down the code. The lighthouse keeper assists Lily in decoding the message. Lily's face lights up as she finally deciphers the hidden message. The message reads, "Meet me at the old oak tree at sunset." Lily looks puzzled, wondering who could have sent the message. The lighthouse keeper smiles knowingly, but says nothing. Lily decides to investigate further and heads towards the old oak tree. At sunset, Lily meets a friendly sailor who had sent the message. The sailor explains that he had been trying to contact the lighthouse keeper. Lily returns home, proud of herself for solving the mystery.
High in the endless sky, among the twinkling stars, was a tiny little star named Luma. But something was wrong. Luma wasn't shining like the others. Luma looked at the glowing stars around and sighed. Why can't I shine like them? What's wrong with me? Determined to find answers, Luma set off toward the mighty sun, Solara, who always had warm wisdom to share. Solara smiled kindly. Little one, your glow comes from within. Perhaps your heart has forgotten how bright it truly is. Suddenly, a streak of light dashed across the sky. Nova, the shooting star. If you need help, you need to move. Follow me. Excited and nervous, Luma followed Nova, leaving behind the only sky it had ever known. They passed by the moon, who greeted them softly. Where are you going, little star? To find my sparkle again, Luma replied. They reached a stormy part of the sky. Luma's light dimmed even more. I don't think I can go on, whispered Luma. Keep moving forward. Nova cheered. Even when clouds cover you, your shine is still there. They entered a vast, shadowy nebula. It was filled with dust that made everything feel heavy. Listen, Nova said. Faint whispers echoed. Old stars who had once been lost too. Find your light, young one. Luma hesitated. What if I was never meant to shine? A deep voice answered. Every star has a purpose. It was Orion, the constellation guardian. You are not lost, little one. You just need to remember who you are. Orion showed Luma the cosmic river, where stars could see their true selves. Luma looked down and gasped. Inside, its heart still glowed, just waiting to shine again. A small flicker of light returned to Luma's form. I can feel it. Luma's glow grew stronger as it remembered the joy of shining. Let's go home, Nova smiled, racing back through the sky with Luma glowing beside him. The stormy clouds had returned, but this time, Luma shined through them. The moon gasped in delight. Ah, you found your light again. Back in its familiar sky, Luma's fellow stars twinkled with joy. You're glowing again. Solara beamed. You see, little one? Your light was never gone. It was just waiting to be found. Luma now shined brighter than ever, ready to help other lost stars find their way. And so, the sky was never dark, for even the smallest star can shine the brightest when it believes in itself.
Once upon a time there was a small star who feels insignificant among the vastness of the night sky, but it harbors a big dream. This tale tells the story of a small star who wishes to shine as brightly as the other stars in the sky. This heartwarming tale explores themes of self-worth, determination, and the power of believing in oneself. The little star begins to feel invisible and unimportant compared to the other stars in the sky. It observes how they shine brightly and twinkle with pride, while it flickers weakly in the darkness. The star's self-esteem begins to plummet as it wonders if it will ever be able to shine as brightly as its peers. This feeling of inadequacy is something that many children and even adults can relate to, as we all struggle with self-doubt and comparison at some point in our lives. Despite its self-doubt, the little star holds onto a glimmer of hope and decides to make a wish. It wishes to shine as brightly as the other stars and to feel valued and important in the night sky. This wish symbolizes the star's desire for validation and recognition, a universal longing that many individuals experience in their quest for self-acceptance and approval from others. As the little star's wish is granted, it begins to shine brighter and brighter, illuminating the night sky with its newfound confidence and radiance. The other stars take notice of the little star's transformation and marvel at its newfound glow. This moment of recognition and acceptance from its peers is a powerful lesson in the importance of self-belief and perseverance in achieving one's dreams. Through the little star's journey, readers are reminded of the value of staying true to oneself and not allowing doubts or insecurities to dim one's light. The story encourages children to embrace their unique qualities and talents, no matter how small or insignificant they may seem. It teaches them that with determination and a positive mindset, they can overcome obstacles and achieve their goals. The little star's big wish also highlights the importance of support and encouragement from others in nourishing one's self-esteem and confidence. The kindness and acceptance shown by the other stars in the sky helped the little star shine even brighter, demonstrating the impact of positive relationships and a sense of belonging in fostering personal growth and resilience. As the little star basks in its newfound confidence and sense of worth, it realizes that true happiness comes from within and that external validation is not necessary for self-fulfillment. This realization is a valuable lesson for children and adults alike, as it reminds us to prioritize self-love and acceptance over seeking approval from others. In the end, the little star's big wish serves as a reminder that no dream is too big or too small, and that every individual has the potential to shine brightly and make a difference in the world. By believing in oneself and embracing one's unique qualities, anyone can overcome self-doubt and insecurity to achieve their goals and aspirations.
High above the sleeping world, the moon hung alone in the night sky. His soft, silvery glow bathed the earth below, but no one ever looked up to see him. He watched the stars twinkle and dance, flickering like tiny fireflies, but they were always busy spinning their own stories, never stopping to keep him company. A gentle breeze passed by, rustling through the sky like an invisible river, but it too drifted away without a second glance. The moon sighed, his light dimming slightly. Night after night, he shone alone, longing for someone to notice him. Far below, a tiny cloud bounced playfully across the sky. She wasn't like the big, serious storm clouds or the long, wispy ones that stretched lazily across the horizon. She was small and fluffy, always shifting and changing into different shapes. One moment, she looked like a bunny, then a heart, then a tiny fish swimming through the night. She loved floating through the sky, playing her little games, but something caught her eye, a soft, glowing light above her. The moon. He looked lonely, curious. The little cloud swirled upward, drifting higher and higher toward the moon. She hesitated for a moment, unsure if she should go any closer. But the moon's glow flickered slightly, as if noticing her. Encouraged, she floated up beside him, wobbling gently in the night breeze. The moon, surprised by the unexpected company, brightened just a little. For the first time in a long while, the moon didn't feel quite so alone, but his glow remained soft and quiet, as if holding onto an old sadness. The little cloud fluffed herself up, trying to show him that she would stay. She swirled gently, wrapping herself into a comforting shape, drifting just close enough to let the moon know she wasn't going anywhere. Slowly, his light grew steadier. As the night stretched on, the moon began to share his stories. With each glowing pulse, he painted the sky with twinkling shapes, showing the cloud the wonders of the universe, the quiet rivers below, the rolling hills, the deep, endless oceans. The little cloud listened with delight, her fluffy form shifting to match his tales. She became a mountain, then a bird, then a boat sailing across a dreamy sea of stars. Seeing her playful spirit, the moon's glow brightened even more. The little cloud puffed up proudly, then began to shift into silly shapes, just to make him smile. She turned into a cat, then a butterfly, then a giant mustache floating across the sky. The stars, who had been busy dancing, suddenly stopped and noticed something different. The moon, who had always been so quiet, so distant, was glowing warmer, happier. A gentle wind returned, swirling curiously around them. It rustled through the little cloud's fluffy edges, lifting her slightly before settling again. The moon didn't mind. For the first time in forever, he had a friend. The little cloud wanted to play, so she darted in front of the moon, covering part of his glow. Then, just as quickly, she drifted away, revealing his soft silver light once more. The moon flickered, playing along. They continued their quiet game, laughing without a sound, letting the night breeze carry them across the sky. For the first time, the moon felt truly seen. He had always dreamed of having someone to share the night with, and now, here she was, a tiny cloud who had simply wanted to keep him company. His light glowed steady and strong, no longer flickering with loneliness. But the night could not last forever. As the first hints of morning crept over the horizon, the little cloud began to drift downward, caught in the gentle pull of the rising sun. The moon watched as she sank lower, his glow fading slightly. He had known this moment would come, but it didn't make it any easier. A faint breeze carried her away, a tiny wisp of her fluff lingering behind. The wind whispered softly, as if making a promise. The moon watched over the world as the sky brightened, his light now pale and quiet. Though he was alone again, something was different. He felt lighter. As the stars disappeared into the blue morning sky, he turned his gaze downward, searching for a familiar shape among the drifting clouds. That night, as darkness fell once more, the moon rose into the sky, his glow steady but expectant. He scanned the horizon, looking, waiting. Then, just as he began to wonder if she would return, a tiny fluff of white appeared. The little cloud bounced up from below, floating happily toward him. The moon's glow brightened instantly, filling the night with warmth. The stars twinkled in delight, swirling into little loops and spirals, celebrating the reunion. The wind rustled through the sky, carrying their laughter like a gentle melody. The moon and the cloud drifted together once more, side by side, their quiet companionship filling the night. And from that moment on, the moon was never lonely again. It was a bright and sunny afternoon, and little Ethan was skipping along the sidewalk, holding his mom's hand. The sun was shining, and the air was warm, perfect for a cool, sweet treat. That's when Ethan spotted it, a little shop tucked between two big buildings. But this wasn't just any ice cream shop. Its door was shaped like a giant waffle cone, and the sign above read, Mr. Sprinkleton's Magical Ice Cream Shop, flavors full of surprises. Ethan stepped inside and gasped. The shop was unlike anything he had ever seen. The walls were made of candy canes, the ceiling was filled with floating ice cream cones, and the floor looked like melted chocolate. Behind the counter stood a tall man with a curly white mustache and twinkling blue eyes. He wore a pastel-colored vest and a bow tie that looked like it was made of peppermint candy. Ethan looked up at the glowing menu behind the counter. Instead of normal flavors, he saw words like, just as Ethan was about to decide, something wobbled on the counter. A tiny, rainbow-colored ice cream cone with googly eyes and candy sprinkle arms popped up and squeaked, Hey there, kiddo. Name's Sprinkle. Need help picking a flavor? Ethan grinned and pointed at the yellow scoop glowing on the shelf. I'll take lightning lemon. Ethan zoomed around the shop at lightning speed, knocking over napkin holders, sending spoons flying, and making Sprinkle spin like a top. Ethan dusted himself off and giggled. Maybe I need a different power. He pointed at a bright pink scoop. Bubblegum bounce. Ethan bounces, so high, he almost reaches the ceiling. But then, he can't stop bouncing. Sprinkle quickly grabs a cotton candy cloud from the ceiling and places it under Ethan just in time. Poof. Ethan lands safely with a giggle. Ethan sees a purple scoop glowing and thinks, what could go wrong with laughter? He takes a bite of giggly grape. Ethan's giggles become contagious. Sprinkleton, Sprinkle, and even the floating ice cream cones start laughing. Ethan finally catches his breath and chooses Marshmallow Mite. I want to be super strong. Ethan tries to pick up a napkin, but instead, he lifts an entire ice cream freezer. Ethan looks at one last flavor. What if I try being invisible? He takes a bite of Vanilla Vanish and poof. He disappears. Ethan giggles as he sneaks around, tapping Sprinkle's shoulder and making him jump. Ethan tries to clap his hands, but he's still invisible. Oh, what now? Ethan quickly eats a scoop of regular raspberry and poof. He reappears, waving his arms happily. Ethan's mom peeks in. Ready to go, sweetheart? Ethan looks back at the shop and smiles. As Ethan steps out, he glances back and gasps. The shop has disappeared. Ethan looks down at his hand. The golden coin is still there. He grins, knowing the magic was real. That night, Ethan lays in bed, holding the coin under his pillow. He dreams of more magical flavors and adventures to come. Meanwhile, far away, in a hidden shop only seen by special kids, Mr. Sprinkleton chuckles and whispers, until next time, Ethan. And so, Ethan's magical ice cream adventure came to an end, but who knows? Maybe you'll find a magical ice cream shop one day too.
Far beyond the waking world, where the stars whisper and the moon smiles down, the forest comes alive in the hush of night. And there on the tallest oak, sat Ollie the owl, a young messenger of the night. Every night, Ollie carried messages between the animals of the forest. But tonight, something special was about to happen. Ollie tilted his head. A message, but not like any he had seen before. The note read, "Deliver this to the heart of the valley before sunrise. It is meant for a child." A child? Ollie had never delivered a message to a human before. There was no time to waste. With a flap of his wings, Ollie set off into the night. His first challenge, the river of mist, where the air played tricks on travelers. "Ollie, the valley is far, and dawn is near," croaked the wise toad. "Take the shortcut through the wishing glade." The wishing glade shimmered in the night, alive with whispers of wishes and dreams. But just as he neared the valley, a sudden storm swept the sky. A fierce gust ripped a feather from his wing. But he couldn't stop now. Through the thinning clouds, Ollie finally saw it. The valley below. But where was the child? Ollie scanned the village, his heart racing. Ollie swooped closer. The child was already asleep. How would she get the message? Then he remembered, moonlight carries whispers. The moment the scroll touched the moonlight, it began to glow. She sat up and read, "You are loved, you are special, and you are never alone." Ollie smiled. His mission was complete. The moon had sent a message of love. With his heart full, Ollie turned toward home, his wings light as air. As the first light of dawn touched the sky, the moon whispered, "Well done, little messenger." With a final swoop, Ollie reached his home, the tall oak where his journey had begun. Back in the little village, the child held the message close, a warm glow in her heart. The moon, watching from above, smiled one last time before sinking below the horizon. The stars, having watched over the night, winked their final goodbyes. And so, as the world awoke, a quiet message remained. Good night, little dreamers.
The music box that played memories. Lily is sitting on her bed, surrounded by books, toys, and musical instruments, looking curious and bored. Grandma Rose enters Lily's room, carrying a small mysterious box with a soft smile. Grandma Rose opens the box, revealing the beautiful antique music box, which Lily gazes at in wonder. Grandma Rose winds the music box, and it begins to play a soft, melancholic tune. Lily looks at Grandma Rose with curiosity, asking silent questions about the music box. Grandma Rose begins to tell a story about the music box, using gestures and facial expressions. The music box's ballerina twirls, surrounded by shimmering stars, as Grandma Rose explains its magical properties. As the music box plays, memories begin to appear around Lily and Grandma Rose, like misty, glowing orbs. Lily reaches out to touch a memory orb, and it expands, revealing a vivid, animated scene from her childhood. More memory orbs appear, each revealing a different scene from Lily's past. As she watches in wonder, Grandma Rose touches a memory orb, and it reveals a scene from her own childhood, showing her as a young girl. The music box plays a different tune, and memories from historical events begin to appear, such as ancient civilizations and famous landmarks. The music box's tune changes again, and memories from the future begin to emerge, showing Lily as a grown woman, achieving her dreams. The memories become overwhelming, and Lily looks confused and disoriented. Grandma Rose takes Lily's hand, guiding her through the memories, helping her understand their significance. As the music box's tune slows, the memories begin to fade, leaving Lily and Grandma Rose in a peaceful silence. Lily looks thoughtful, reflecting on the memories she experienced, and the lessons she learned. Grandma Rose smiles, knowing that Lily has gained a deeper understanding of herself and the world. The music box's ballerina twirls once more, revealing its secret, the power to unlock memories and emotions. Lily hugs Grandma Rose, thanking her for sharing the music box's magic. Grandma Rose gives the music box to Lily, entrusting her with its care and secrets. Lily promises to treasure the music box and its memories, using its magic to learn and grow. Grandma Rose leaves Lily's room, looking content, knowing that the music box is in good hands. Lily sits on her bed, surrounded by memories, ready to embark on a new journey of discovery and growth. The music box plays a soft, final tune, as the scene fades to black, leaving the audience with a sense of wonder and curiosity.
On a rainy afternoon, Lila Carter steps into the old library, shaking water from her red sneakers. The towering bookshelves stretch into the dim light, and the scent of old parchment fills the air. But something feels different today. Behind the counter, Mr. Whitmore adjusts his glasses. Curiosity is a powerful thing, young lady. he says with a knowing glance. Some books are not meant to be opened. Lila runs her fingers across the spines of old books until one glows under her touch, a leather-bound volume with intricate golden symbols. She hesitates, then pulls it from the shelf. As Lila opens the book, the pages shimmer, and suddenly, the bookshelf behind her creaks open, revealing a hidden passageway. With her heart pounding, Lila steps through the secret door. The air changes, warm, electric, filled with whispers of unseen voices. A shimmering figure steps forward. The storykeeper, with golden skin, ethereal green eyes, and a robe embroidered with golden symbols. They smile at Lila. You have entered the world of stories, child. Here, anything is possible. Lila looks around in amazement. She is standing in a land made of books, rolling hills of paper, rivers of ink, and floating words drifting through the air. A great knight, Sir Cedric, rides forward from an open book. A new storyteller, he asks. Perhaps you can help me find my lost sword. Lila steps into another book, finding herself inside a fairy tale castle. A princess waves from the tower, and a dragon snores nearby, its breath curling like smoke through the pages. Suddenly, the ground trembles. The words in the books are shifting, rearranging. Something is wrong. The storykeeper frowns. Something is disturbing the balance of our world. If a story unravels, it can be lost forever. From the shadows, a figure emerges, a villain from an unfinished story, a dark sorcerer with piercing red eyes. No more endings, he cackles, tearing pages from the books. Lila and the storykeeper rush toward the great library, where all stories begin. If they don't fix the damaged books, the entire world may collapse. They find a torn book, a story without an ending. If we can finish the story, we can trap the villain back inside. Lila realizes. With the storykeeper's help, Lila picks up a golden quill and begins to write. The villain was outsmarted by a clever girl. As Lila writes, the villain stumbles. His form flickers. No. A story must not have an ending, he shouts. But it's too late. The book seals shut. The shifting words calm. The floating pages settle, and the stories regain their form. The storykeeper sighs in relief. You have saved our world, Lila. The storykeeper hands Lila a small, glowing bookmark. A reminder that stories are alive, and you are their keeper too. The bookshelves begin to close, the magic fading. I wish I could stay longer, Lila says wistfully. The storykeeper smiles. You can always return, as long as you believe. With a rush of wind, Lila finds herself back in the library. The glowing book is closed on the table before her. Whitmore looks over. Found something interesting, he asks. Lila looks around the library with new eyes. Every book holds a world inside. Every page is a doorway. In her pocket, the bookmark glows softly, a secret reminder of her adventure. As she walks toward the exit, Mr. Whitmore gives her a small smile. Curiosity is a powerful thing, isn't it, he says. Lila glances at the library shelves. Who knows what other secrets lie hidden in these books? She grins. Yes, it is. As the library door swings shut behind her, the camera lingers on the old bookshelf. For just a moment, a faint glow shimmers between the pages, then the sun sets over a peaceful countryside. Emma and Liam race through the woods, laughing. Best friends Emma and Liam had spent every summer exploring the forest behind their houses. But tonight, they were about to uncover a secret that would change everything. Emma trips over a vine and falls onto a stone, revealing the hidden well. Emma's fall led them to a forgotten relic, a moss-covered well, shimmering under the moonlight. As they peek inside, the water glows and a whisper echoes. One wish may be granted, but choose wisely. A voice, soft as the wind, promised magic, but only one wish. Emma gasps, eyes wide with excitement. Liam scratches his head. Two best friends. One wish. How could they decide? Emma imagines riding a unicorn. Liam pictures himself flying. Their minds filled with endless possibilities. Emma wants adventure. Liam wants knowledge. They frown at each other. But soon, their excitement turned to disagreement. Emma throws a pebble in. The water ripples, whispering. Only one may choose. The well had spoken. Their wish had to be one. Emma crosses her arms. Liam looks away. Crickets chirp. For the first time ever, they were stuck. They sit by the well, talking about what matters most. Then they realized this wasn't about the wish. It was about their friendship. Emma and Liam hold hands, smiling. And so, they made the greatest wish of all. They whisper together. The well sparkles. They wished for each other's happiness. The well glows bright. Leaves swirl around them. Magic surged, lifting their spirits high. A small golden charm appears in each of their hands. A reward for their kindness. 2 charms, forever linking their friendship. The well fades, vanishing into the earth. And just like that, the wishing well was gone. Emma and Liam walk home, charms glowing in their hands, but its magic lived on in their hearts.
The shadow that wasn't his Max wakes up to a sunny morning, stretches, and gets out of bed. Max notices his shadow on the wall, but it's not behaving normally. It's moving on its own. Shadow Max waves at Max, who is shocked and amazed. Max decides to follow Shadow Max, who leads him out of the house. Max and Shadow Max explore the neighborhood, playing hide-and-seek among trees and houses. Luna, the wise old owl, perches on a nearby branch, watching Max and Shadow Max. Shadow Max introduces Max to the shadow creatures, who are hiding behind trees and in shadows. Max plays with the shadow creatures, laughing and chasing them. Luna flies down and begins to guide Max, teaching him about the magic of shadows. Max, Shadow Max, and Luna enter a shadowy world, filled with dark creatures and twisted trees. They encounter a fearsome shadow beast, but Shadow Max and the shadow creatures defend Max. Shadow Max reveals that he's been trying to show Max the magic of shadows, but got separated from him. Max and Shadow Max reunite, and Max learns to appreciate his shadow's unique personality. Luna teaches Max how to harness the power of shadows, creating amazing shadow puppets. Max and Shadow Max play together, using their newfound shadow magic. Max says goodbye to the shadow creatures, thanking them for their friendship. Max, Shadow Max, and Luna return home, as the sun begins to set. Max reflects on his adventure, realizing that he learned something new about himself and his shadow. Shadow Max thanks Max for understanding and appreciating him. The sun sets, and Max gets ready for bed, with Shadow Max by his side. Luna tells Max a bedtime story about the magic of shadows. As Shadow Max listens in, Max falls asleep, with Shadow Max keeping watch. Shadow Max smiles, knowing that he's found a new appreciation with Max. The sun rises again, and Max wakes up, ready for a new day with Shadow Max. Max and Shadow Max walk off into the sunrise, ready for their next adventure together.
Drift the baby dragon lies in his cozy cave, wrapped in a soft nest of leaves and feathers. The night sky twinkles outside, and Mama Dragon gently hums a lullaby. But Drift tosses and turns. He just can't fall asleep. He stretches his tiny wings, sighing in frustration. Mama Dragon nuzzles Drift with her warm snout, a comforting smile on her face. She gestures to the open sky, encouraging him to find a lullaby that works for him. Drift's golden eyes widen with excitement as he flaps his wings, ready for an adventure. Drift soars into the night, gliding over silver clouds. His tiny wings flutter as he gazes down at the sleepy world below. A warm breeze carries the scent of flowers, and fireflies twinkle like stars in the grasslands. Drift spots Whisper the night owl perched on a twisted tree branch. Whisper sways gently, closing his eyes as he hoots a slow, rhythmic lullaby. The deep, steady sound is soothing, like a heartbeat. Drift listens, collecting the melody in his satchel, but he still feels wide awake. Drift flies over a vast, glittering ocean. The waves shimmer under the moon, and bioluminescent fish glow beneath the surface. He hears a distant, echoing song that makes the water ripple like a dream. Luna the humpback whale glides through the water, her voice a deep, melodic hum that carries across the sea. Drift hovers above, mesmerized by the sound. He collects the song in his satchel, but sleep still eludes him. Drift reaches a misty meadow where the grass sways like waves. Fireflies dance above the ground, and he hears a tiny, cheerful humming sound coming from a leaf hammock. Breeze the meadow mouse swings in her hammock, her tiny voice carrying a sweet, gentle melody. The rhythm is light and playful, like a warm breeze through tall grass. Drift smiles and gathers the tune, but his eyes are still wide open. Drift enters a bamboo forest where moonlight filters through the tall stalks. Russell the panda sways slowly as he hums, his eyes half closed in relaxation. The deep, soothing sound makes the whole forest feel drowsy. Drift feels a little sleepy but shakes himself awake. He's still not quite ready to rest. Drift spots a golden glow dancing through the trees. Glow the firefly flits around him, humming a lullaby in sync with her flickering light. The rhythm is soft and hypnotic. Drift yawns but keeps going. Drift opens his satchel, looking at the collection of lullabies. Each one is beautiful, but none have put him to sleep. He sighs, unsure what to do next. Drift flies back toward his cave, the night sky stretching endlessly above him. He hums softly to himself, blending all the lullabies together. The mix of melodies feels warm and familiar. As Drift hums, his wings start to slow, his eyelids grow heavy, and his tiny body sways in the air. A big yawn escapes his mouth, sending a tiny puff of sparkly mist into the sky. Drift lands gently in his nest, his satchel full of lullabies. Mama Dragon smiles as she watches him curl up, still humming the soft mix of melodies. The combination of all the lullabies, Whisper's rhythmic hoots, Luna's ocean song, Breeze's light melody, Russell's humming, and Glow's flickering tune, creates the perfect lullaby. Drift's eyes finally close. A soft glow surrounds Drift as he breathes deeply. His wings twitch slightly, and his tiny tail curls up. He is finally asleep, dreaming of his adventure. Mama Dragon tucks her wings around him, watching the stars outside. The world is peaceful, filled with the gentle sounds of nature's lullabies. Outside the cave, Glow and her firefly friends flicker in the sky, their tiny lights forming a slow, sleepy pattern. Back in the forest, Russell continues to hum softly as the bamboo sways gently in the wind. Breeze snoozes in her hammock, her tiny tail curled around her body, while crickets chirp softly in the distance. Luna hums one last note before sinking into the deep ocean, her body gliding effortlessly into the calm, dark water. Whisper the night owl fluffs his feathers and settles in, standing guard over the quiet forest. The entire world is wrapped in a hush, from the mountains to the ocean. Drift's adventure has gathered lullabies for everyone. The last firefly light flickers, and the scene fades into a soft, dreamy night sky filled with stars. The perfect ending to a peaceful journey. The morning sun glows over the forest, casting golden light through the trees. A tiny red squirrel, Oliver, scampers along a high branch, watching a flock of birds soar above. He sighs dreamily, his big eyes filled with wonder. His bushy tail twitches with excitement. The birds glide effortlessly, their wings catching the wind. Oliver spreads his little arms wide, pretending to fly. But when he jumps, thud, he lands in a pile of leaves below, looking disappointed. Nearby, two gray squirrel twins, Chip and Pip, giggle as they hop between branches. They watch Oliver try to fly again and shake their heads. They leap gracefully from one tree to another, showing off their natural climbing skills. Oliver watches, unimpressed. Climbing is fun, he thinks, but flying is magical. He dusts himself off and scampers away, determined to find a way to fly. Oliver dashes through the trees, his little paws tapping quickly against the bark. He spots Bella the bluebird perched on a branch, singing a cheerful song. Her feathers shine in the morning sun. Oliver stops below her and watches as she flaps her wings, effortlessly lifting into the air. His eyes sparkle with excitement. Oliver scurries up the branch, next to Bella, waving his tiny arms. He points at her wings as if asking, "How do you do it?" Bella chirps happily, flutters her wings, and soars in small circles around him. She tilts her head, encouraging him to try. Oliver takes a deep breath, jumps and plops straight down onto a mushroom below. Bella flutters down beside Oliver, chirping reassuringly. She nudges him with her wing, as if to say, "Maybe you need to find your own way." Oliver nods, determined, and dashes off to find more answers. As the sun sets, Oliver reaches the tallest tree in the forest, where Gus the owl sits, his golden eyes glowing. The wise old bird blinks slowly as Oliver scrambles up the trunk. Oliver looks up in awe. If anyone knows about flying, it must be Gus. Gus stretches his wings wide, his feathers ruffling in the breeze. He does not speak much, but gestures toward the sky, as if telling Oliver to look beyond just copying others. Oliver watches carefully, deep in thought. Inspired, Oliver gathers leaves and sticks, fashioning tiny wings on his arms. He climbs a tall branch, takes a deep breath, and leaps. But instead of soaring, he tumbles down, landing in a pile of soft moss. The wings scatter around him. Oliver sighs, sitting in the moss. Maybe squirrels aren't meant to fly. The forest feels quiet as the sun dips lower, painting the sky with orange and pink. Then, a gentle breeze swirls around him, rustling the leaves. It almost feels like a whisper. The breeze lifts a feather and swirls it in front of Oliver. He watches it float gracefully before landing softly. Oliver's eyes widen. He suddenly understands. He doesn't need wings to fly. He just needs the wind. Excited, Oliver scrambles up a nearby tree. This time, instead of jumping straight down, he spreads his arms and leaps toward another tree. The wind catches his fluffy tail, and he glides. Not like a bird, but like a squirrel, soaring from branch to branch. Oliver lands safely and spins around in excitement. He tries again, this time angling his body and letting the wind carry him. He laughs as he glides effortlessly between trees. He wasn't meant to fly like a bird. He was meant to glide like a squirrel. The next morning, Oliver finds Chip and Pip. He grins mischievously before taking a daring leap from a high branch. The twins gasp as Oliver glides gracefully past them. Their jaws drop in amazement. Inspired, Chip and Pip try gliding too. At first, they wobble, but Oliver encourages them. Soon, all three squirrels are soaring between trees, their tails fluffing out like tiny parachutes. Bella the bluebird watches from above, chirping happily. She knew Oliver would find his own special way to fly. She flutters beside him as he glides, the two moving in harmony. That evening, Oliver returns to Gus's tree. The wise old owl blinks slowly and gives a small nod, as if to say, "Well done." Oliver beams, feeling proud of himself. Oliver perches on a high branch, looking at the sky. He may not have wings, but he has something just as special, his ability to glide. He takes a deep breath, leaps into the wind, and soars joyfully into the trees. Oliver takes another daring leap, this time angling his body just right. The wind catches his fluffy tail, and he glides effortlessly between the trees. The golden sunlight filters through the leaves, making the moment feel magical. Chip and Pip watch in amazement, their little paws gripping the branch tightly. Is he really flying? They seem to wonder. Chip and Pip exchange determined looks. If Oliver can do it, maybe they can too. They scamper to a higher branch, take a deep breath, and leap. But instead of gliding smoothly, they spin and tumble through the air, landing in a pile of soft leaves below. Oliver chuckles and helps them up. It takes practice, he thinks. Oliver gestures for them to follow. He climbs a sturdy branch and demonstrates how to position his body. He leaps and lets the wind carry him. Chip and Pip watch carefully. This time, they try again, spreading their tails wide, feeling the wind and gliding. Not perfectly, but better. The forest echoes with cheerful chattering as the three squirrels practice their newfound skill. They leap, glide, and land safely, growing more confident with each jump. Bella the bluebird flutters beside them, chirping excitedly. She always knew Oliver would find his way. That evening, Oliver climbs to the tallest tree and finds Gus the owl watching from his usual perch. The wise old bird blinks his golden eyes and gives a slow, approving nod. Oliver beams with pride. He had sought the wisdom of the birds, but in the end, he had discovered something uniquely his own. The next day, the forest is alive with excitement. Birds, squirrels, and other woodland creatures gather to watch Oliver, Chip, and Pip as they put on a little gliding show. The wind picks up, swirling through the trees, as if celebrating with them. Leaves dance in the air as the three squirrels leap and glide in perfect harmony. As the sun sets, Oliver sits on a high branch, looking at the endless sky. The gentle breeze rustles his fur, almost like a whisper. You are meant to soar in your own special way. Oliver closes his eyes and smiles, feeling completely at peace. With a deep breath, Oliver takes one last leap into the glowing sunset, gliding effortlessly into the trees. The wind carries him forward, as if it was always waiting for him to take flight. The screen fades to a warm golden glow, and the words appear. Sometimes, the best way to fly is to be yourself. When the clock strikes midnight and the world falls silent, the stuffed animals awaken. Captain Teddy stands tall on the bed, scanning the dark room. Their mission? Rescue Mr. Hoots before sunrise. Earlier that evening, Mr. Hoots had tumbled off the bed and vanished. No one knew where he had gone. Now, the team must venture into the unknown. Under the bed, Captain Teddy nods to his team. We move together. No toy left behind. One by one, they slide down a blanket rope onto the floor. The floor is vast and filled with obstacles, building blocks, toy cars, and forgotten socks. Bella Bunny scouts ahead, ears twitching. Suddenly, a group of dust bunnies rolls toward them. Patch growls, but Captain Teddy holds up a paw. Stay calm, they're just passing through. To reach Mr. Hoots, they must cross a gap. Ollie the octopus uses Lego bricks to build a bridge, his tentacles working fast. As they cross, Bella Bunny accidentally steps on a squeaky toy. The team freezes, listening for any movement from their sleeping owner. The air smells musty as they reach a pile of lost socks. Careful, warns Captain Teddy. It's easy to sink in. A faint voice calls, help, I'm stuck. They all turn toward the sound. Mr. Hoots is trapped under a toy chest. Patch the dog and Captain Teddy push with all their might. 1, 2, 3. The chest moves just enough for Mr. Hoots to wiggle free. With Mr. Hoots rescued, the team hurries back, but the sun is starting to rise. They scramble up the blanket rope. Just as the first rays of morning light peek through, they dive under the covers. Mission complete. As they tumble onto the bed, everyone giggles softly, except for Patch, who lands with an oof, right on Captain Teddy. Are you okay, Mr. Hoots? Bella Bunny whispers. The little owl flaps his wings weakly. I think I lost a few feathers, but I'm all right. The golden morning light stretches across the room. We made it just in time, Ollie whispers, adjusting his tiny glasses. Captain Teddy pats Mr. Hoots' wing. You're safe now. We always look out for each other. The team nestles into their usual spots, hearts full and happy. Their owner, a sleepy child, shifts under the blanket, mumbling softly. The toys freeze, holding their breath. For a moment, it seems like the child might wake up. Captain Teddy's paw twitches, ready to play dead if needed. The child lets out a soft sigh and turns over, drifting back into a peaceful slumber. The toys let out a silent cheer. We did it, Bella Bunny whispers. Patch wags his little plush tail excitedly, and Ollie nods with a satisfied smile. Some say toys are just stuffed fabric, but those who listen closely know the truth. They protect, they adventure, and most of all, they love. The first birds chirp outside. The house hums with quiet warmth. The adventure is over, for now. Their owner will wake up soon, unaware of the grand adventure that took place while they slept. But that's okay. Some secrets are best kept by those who dare to dream. Captain Teddy looks at his friends one last time before closing his eyes. They would always be ready for the next mission, whenever it may come. And so, the teddy bear's midnight mission comes to a close, but who knows? Maybe, tonight, another adventure will begin. Timmy wakes up in his cozy bedroom, stretches, and gets out of bed. He walks to the kitchen, where his mom is preparing breakfast. Timmy's mom hands him a bowl of cereal, and he begins to eat. As he pours himself a glass of juice, he notices a strange, folded paper inside the cereal box. Timmy's curiosity is piqued as he carefully unfolds the paper, revealing a treasure map. Timmy studies the map, trying to decipher the cryptic symbols and markings. He notices a series of numbers and letters along the edge of the map. Timmy's mom helps him decode the message, revealing a riddle. The riddle reads, "Where shadows fall, seek the next clue." Timmy looks around the room, trying to figure out where shadows fall. Timmy notices the shadow of a clock on the wall and remembers a hidden compartment in his room. He opens the compartment, finding a small, rolled-up paper with another riddle. The riddle leads him to the backyard, where he finds a specific tree with a carved symbol. Timmy follows the symbol to a nearby garden bed, where he digs up a small, buried chest. Inside the chest, he finds another map piece and a note with a new riddle. Timmy encounters a small, rushing stream in the backyard and must find a way to cross it. He uses nearby rocks to create a stepping stone path. On the other side, he finds a steep hill and must climb up using nearby vines and branches. At the top, he discovers a hidden cave behind a waterfall. Inside the cave, he finds a reflective surface, a mirror or still water, with a cryptic message. Timmy deciphers the message, leading him to a specific book in his room. Inside the book, he finds a hidden key and a note with the final riddle. The riddle leads him to a small, locked chest in his room. Timmy unlocks the chest, revealing a treasure trove of gold coins, jewels, and a note congratulating him on solving the treasure hunt. Timmy celebrates his victory, proud of his problem-solving skills and determination.
A group of friends builds the most magical treehouse in the world, one that could actually fly. As they worked together, their imagination soared with thoughts of all the amazing adventures they would have once it was complete. The treehouse was constructed with special materials that made it lightweight yet sturdy, and they were able to add all kinds of fun features like a slide, a telescope for stargazing, and even a mini fridge stocked with their favorite snacks. Once the treehouse was finished, the friends wasted no time in taking it for a test flight. They climbed in, buckled up, and with a whoosh of wind, they were airborne. The feeling of freedom and exhilaration as they soared through the sky was unlike anything they had ever experienced. They could see for miles in every direction, and the world seemed more beautiful and full of possibilities than ever before. As the friends flew higher and higher, they encountered all sorts of incredible sights. They flew through wispy clouds that tickled their faces, over rolling hills covered in vibrant flowers, and even past a rainbow that arched across the sky. Each moment was more magical than the last, and they knew that they were truly living a dream come true. But the most amazing part of their adventure was yet to come. As they flew over a dense forest, they noticed a family of endangered eagles struggling to build a nest in a tall tree. The friends knew they had to help, so they gently landed their flying treehouse next to the tree and offered their assistance. With their special construction skills and a bit of magic, they were able to build the eagles a new, secure nest in no time at all.
The sun rises over a lush, misty forest, revealing a small village at its edge. Birds chirp, and morning light filters through the trees. A gentle wind passes through the whistling tree, creating a soft, melodic hum that drifts toward the village. Most people are too busy to notice, but one boy, Leo, pauses, tilting his head as if he's just heard something special. Leo sits on his porch, eyes closed, listening to the wind. He feels something in the air, a whisper, a song. His little sister tugs at his sleeve, but he gently shakes his head, still listening. In the distance, Luna, the golden fox, watches from the tree-line, her tail flicking softly. At school, Leo excitedly tells Sophia and Ollie about the strange sound. Sophia, always logical, raises an eyebrow, crossing her arms. She cups her hands around her ears, but hears nothing but the rustling wind. Ollie, always playful, tries twirling like a leaf in the wind, giggling. After school, Leo, Sophia, and Ollie venture into the forest. The golden fox trots ahead, leading them through towering trees. Sunlight peeks through the branches, creating a golden pathway. The deeper they go, the softer and more melodic the wind becomes. The children arrive at a clearing where the whistling tree stands, its branches swaying in the wind. A shimmer seems to dance along its bark. Leo gasps. He can hear it again. A soft, humming melody drifts through the air. Ollie bounces excitedly, but Sophia remains skeptical, tapping her chin. Leo sits beneath the tree with his eyes closed, fully absorbing the melody. Ollie follows, twirling like a leaf, letting the wind guide them. Sophia, however, frowns, folding her arms. She watches but hears nothing. The golden fox circles her, as if waiting for something. Sophia tries every logical method, cupping her ears, pressing her head against the trunk, even using a small notebook to jot down what she sees. But there's no sound for her. The melody isn't something that can be figured out, it must be felt. Ollie begins to dance, moving with the rustling leaves and swaying branches. As they spin and jump, The wind carries a gentle tune toward them. Their eyes widen with delight. They can hear it. The melody is playful and light, matching their movements. Sophia watches her friends, frustrated. She taps her foot, trying to force herself to hear something. But the more she tries, the quieter everything becomes. The golden fox tilts its head, then leaps away into the trees. Sophia follows Luna through a winding path, away from the clearing. The fox leads her to a small stream where water flows over smooth stones. She kneels, closing her eyes, listening, not just to the stream, but to everything around her. Birds, wind, rustling leaves. As Sophia breathes deeply, she stops trying so hard. Instead, she simply listens. A gentle breeze passes, and for the first time, she hears it, a soft, almost whispering hum in the wind. She runs back to the clearing, heart racing. The melody is different for each child. Leo hears a calming tune, Ollie a playful one, and Sophia now hears something like a warm lullaby. Excited, they sit together beneath the whistling tree. As they listen, their imaginations take flight. They see stories in the melodies, dancing fireflies, swaying flowers, ancient secrets whispered by the wind. The golden fox returns, curling up near the roots. It's clear now, the tree's song isn't just a sound, it's a connection to nature, to themselves, to something deeper. Only those who truly listen with their hearts can hear it. As the sun sets, the melody grows fainter. The wind calms, and the trees' leaves still. The children smile, feeling peaceful. They no longer need proof. They know the magic is real. They walk home, their hearts full. The world seems richer now. The wind, the rustling leaves, even their own footsteps hold a rhythm they hadn't noticed before. That night, Leo sits on his windowsill, listening to the wind. The whistling tree hums faintly in the distance. Not everyone hears it, but that's okay. Some things are meant to be discovered, not explained. Sophia lies in bed, eyes closed. Instead of analyzing, she simply listens. She smiles. The world has always been full of music. She had just needed to learn how to hear it. The next day, Ollie paints a picture of the whistling tree, swirling with golden leaves and shimmering wind. Their parents don't understand why they're so excited, but that's okay. The magic isn't in explaining, it's in feeling. At school, Sophia notices the wind through the trees outside the window. She taps her pencil rhythmically. Leo hums softly. Ollie twirls. They all smile, knowing they share a secret no one else does. Back in the forest, the whistling tree stands tall, its branches swaying gently. The golden fox watches from the shadows before vanishing into the trees. A breeze rushes through the village, making leaves dance along the streets. A little girl playing outside stops, tilts her head, and smiles. Maybe, just maybe, she hears something too. The melody never truly stops. It's always there for those who listen.